Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently just above 41k. It can't really get easily above the 41.5k level. When it did that here in the past few days, it was rejected time and time again. And yeah, you can see that while the other altcoins are mostly going up here currently, you can see Bitcoin actually already turning around to the downside a little bit, and there's a risk Bitcoin is rolling over. So we are obviously still in this triangle here. Sideways pattern, sideways move. We are in this green zone here in which we have been for a while, and so far what is Bitcoin doing in here? Bitcoin is currently moving sideways. You can see that in the previous video earlier today I told you that what could happen here after we came down here to that level which we talked about. That was what the VPVR suggested to us as a key support level. You can see it here if I zoom in a little bit. Where we found support here was exactly where the VPVR had a peak. Yeah, so told you that we could develop here a head and shoulders pattern. So if you're failing to make a higher high here, that could actually be an indicator that we're really going to roll over here, something like a double top here, or overall a head and shoulders pattern, which just means that the bulls are struggling to push the price even higher, and then you could develop here something like a neckline here and then go down from here. Certainly a realistic possibility if we are failing to make a higher high, because if you're not making a higher high, what you're going to do is you're going to make a lower high, which is generally not a very bullish pattern. And yeah, I think we could then have something here like a diagonal neckline here. You can see that. By the way, I'll take that other trend line out because that was broken to the downside. That was the first negative or bearish move that we did. Let me take all of these out here now. But yeah, you can see how the price is actually dancing on this 20-day moving average here in orange. Yeah, so even now here the price is pretty much dancing on that level, which is also sort of now shown here with this ascending trend line, which is very close to that 20-day moving average. And this could really be become a head and shoulders pattern, small head and shoulders pattern, where you're now making this right shoulder. That's what I said in the video this morning. That could happen now because in my opinion the market was starting to roll over as it struggled here with that bearish divergence on the 1 hour chart. And if we now come back to that level here at 40.8, 40.9k, and you're losing that level, I think then you're coming down again most likely to that 39.7k level. Told you that I think this is going to happen this morning, but before that is going to happen, that we could be forming here such a head and shoulders pattern. And yeah, that is possibly what we're seeing now. Another interpretation of this chart could be that we are actually within this. I mean, we can see this white, you see this triangle here, this larger triangle, but within this triangle you could even argue that we are forming here a smaller triangle within that triangle. And you could argue that we actually broke out of that triangle. You can see that here, broke out, and Bitcoin is currently retesting that former resistance level, yeah, from that triangle as support. So I need to, if I draw that a little bit more accurately, I don't really like that idea here because it doesn't really add up too much. It does sort of, but you don't really get this here in the middle as a touch point, maybe a little bit. But then again, you could retest this here now. Yeah, that is a possibility. But even then, if you're retesting it, you're not seeing yet that move up. You're not seeing the volume. That is what you would want to see after such a breakout. From that point of view, and also this sort of double top here doesn't look great. Therefore, I'm not really a friend of that interpretation, but it's something to keep in mind. But overall, I don't think that is the best way of doing it and drawing it. So yeah, I mean, as long as we are here in this sort of green range, yeah, it's pretty much no man's land. I said that before, and now we're even in the middle of that. So it's getting worse and worse. We're in that boring triangle. We're really in the middle. Can't really get worse, can it? I mean, it's all about what does the price do now. So we have to be patient. We have to wait for the market to decide. Still, my primary expectation remains that we're going to break from this triangle to the downside. that would take us into this yellow target area straight away. That would be between 20 and 29K. Where in here, I can't tell you. There are a few indicators that can give us some levels. One logical level would be the 27.5K level. That is the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement. And also it would be the 1.618 Fib extension from that wave 1. So if I do the wave count like that, because we had the wave 4 here, that is one way of interpreting it. Wave 4, then you have now on your way down your wave 1, your wave 2, that would be your wave 3, that would get around to the 27K level for 5. And again, that wave 3 would be the 1.618, at least the 1.618 extension at around 27K. Yeah, very close to the 61.8 Fib Fibonacci retracement level. So you've got a confluence of factors here, but then you're coming up once more, and then you could really find support here at the 200% Fib extension at 22K level. Yeah, that is certainly a possibility. And in my opinion, the most likely variant. Yeah. However, also a very valid and realistic scenario would be that the price is actually breaking out to the upside of the triangle. And as always, there is a bullish and a bearish version. And we talked about this scenario before, where you come up in this region between 55 and 65K and then come down. So these are the two scenarios. And the price at the moment is really just here in the middle. You can see how the volatility gets reduced again. You can see, I mean, maybe we can even now, with the price forming, the price doing what it's doing now, can we draw a different triangle? Probably not. I mean, maybe you could draw it some way like that, and then you've got that kind of triangle. Do we have that? And maybe worth keeping that in mind, that you're within that triangle, that you have a smaller triangle now. Could draw it like that potentially. Yeah, we need to see if the market is going to adhere to that. If we have it like that, then the market would bounce now between 42.2 and 38.9K. Yeah, so it's certainly another scenario here on the chart. But again, this is really only a bit of speculation what is happening in this triangle here. What is really the key and what will really tell us what the market is going to do next is only a breakout to the upside or the downside of this triangle. And that's just how it is. We have to be patient. At the moment, we talked about it when we had this wave 3 low here, end of January, that this wave 4 could be a very, very long undertaking. And unfortunately, it takes even longer than I imagined. I already thought that the sideways move before Christmas, which was this year, was horrible. But this year is like 3 times as long. So it is horrible. And we just need to be a bit patient. That is part of the investors and the traders' life. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership, where you can see my own buy and sell orders. You can see a lot of additional content on Discord. You can join the Telegram live chat and also a weekly live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.